good evening, and welcome to Let's Talk Business. Whether you're listening to the PHLV app, watching in Facebook or YouTube, or listening through Spotify, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you again to Sarah Mill of CMC for coming into the show last Monday. Tonight we have a great guest, but before we bring her in, let's start with building your business through community engagement. Okay, what does that mean? When you engage in community involvement on a regular basis, you foster a positive workplace culture and build stronger relationships with your local community. Plus, you support people in need and change lives for the better. So if you want to stand out among competitors, community involvement or engagement is a great way of doing it. So how do you do this, and why is it so important? Common ways are participating in or sponsoring community programs. So this can be done, of course, by giving either money or time, right? It is important as a community engagement, and doing it can lead to the following. The first one, it's a great way to separate you from your competitors. People will know you. They see you are around all the time. So they're going to say, hey, that person really supports our community. They see you in all the different functions. And then, of course, they'll know what your company stands for, what the values are, who you support. And eventually, you'll earn that trust. And they're going to be, you know what? That person's really for us. Second, you build a loyal base customer. Of course, once you engage with the community, they become your clients. They will refer you to other people in the community. Now you have a solid base, and you can keep on just moving to different communities. Eventually, you can start in a different community again and do the same thing. The third one I just said, build trust between the community and your company. And that's really important because once they see you all the time, especially in the Asian culture, it's very, very common. When you show up just once and then expect referrals right away or expect business right away, it doesn't work. They have to see you multiple times. They have to get to know you first before they actually say, hey, you know what? Okay, let me try your company. Let's do business. Fourth, you start making better decisions and better job in addressing issues. Why? Because you become in tune with the community. You know what the community is all about. You know what their challenges are. You know exactly what they're looking to do and how you can help them. So when you're doing you have a business decision to make that has something to do with the community, let's say your particular product or service that you do, you can tweak it or change it to modify it for that community. Community satisfaction of your company will go up. That goes along with getting to know you, the trust, and then of course people knowing that you're for the community. That when you send out community surveys or satisfaction surveys, believe me, you'll get good results. And then lastly, community will accept your decisions or recommendations because now you're perceived as an expert in that particular field. So once you build that relationship, then you go, hey, let's go to Sonny for this. Or let's go to somebody for any kind of decision that they're looking for if there's an issue that's going on in the community. So here are different ways on how you can engage the community. So the first one, stay focused on building relationships. Social media messaging is great for branding and networking. However, businesses are still ran by and operated by humans. So let's foster that by building relationships with clients, vendors, referral sources, and of course the community. Now, I've said this so many times in the show. It's so important to have that relationship because it's very different when you have somebody that you can call and talk to rather than, like a call center or somebody online. Number two, empower your employees. Allow them to join local and community organizations. These could be networking groups such as chambers or something completely different, such as a nonprofit or associations. So you find your employees would have different niches. Allow them to go through that niche where they're comfortable with and where they want to make a difference. They will grow your business in that particular area. And it's also important for them to feel that you're really supporting them, especially on what's important for them. Third, create good and lasting stories. What I mean by that is experiences such as a great event or a feel-good story such as food drives or something that truly helps, that your company helps with. Uh, it, that has a very long-lasting effect. For example, a lot of Filipinos are in the healthcare industry. Most doctors do medical missions. Vendors can help by providing supplies, for example. That's a lasting story because then it's something that you can tell, oh, yeah, my company helped by donating this much supplies when they did their medical mission to do good in a different place. Be transparent and over communicate. Be transparent and direct about your products and services. And that's general rules in sales anyway. Never overpromise, right? And always be honest with what you can and cannot do. And even if there's something that you can't do, refer them. It builds credibility, and you can become a resource as well. The fifth, align engagement with your core values. Support what your mission identifies with. So if your business is big on education or giving back to the community, then adopt programs that show those, right? I'm going to go back to the healthcare. Most doctors do medical missions. That's what doctors do. They want to treat people, and they do a lot of free clinics. Same thing. Warby Parker in retail would be a good one. Okay, they are an eyeglass company. So what do? They help with provide glasses with challenged communities. Be passionate and active. Be active and passionate about making a difference in your community. Again, it builds that credibility when people see that you're truly in this to make a difference, not just for sales. Listen and learn about the community and what it needs help on to be better. Lastly, get involved in community initiatives. Look at how you can help local initiatives that are happening. Back to school drives, food drives, health initiatives. You see those happening in community. Okay, how can I help those particular ones? You can even help build a program around it. Okay, so those are some of the reasons that we have, or those are the ways on how to engage the community. Okay, let's take a break. When we come back, let's bring in our guest, who I can really say is an expert with community engagement. We'll be right back.
This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio. PHLV Radio.
Welcome back. Tonight we have a very special guest. She is the Market Point Sales Representative with Humana here in Nevada. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my good friend, Anna Ladao. Good evening, Anna. How are you?
Hi, good evening, Sonny. Very happy to be here.
Awesome. I'm so glad that you could join us. So let's start by doing this. Please tell us about what you do for Humana. How long have you been with them, and what type of products, service do you specialize in?
All right. So again, my name is Anna Ladao. I work for Humana. So my main job is to make sure that we are present in all of the Asian events, to reach out and to cater to the Asian community here in Las Vegas. So I've been doing this for 5 years. I've been working with Humana for 5 years. My background is in finance. I've been doing that for 10 years. So it's been a good decision to move to healthcare. It's been an exciting time in my life. So very happy to reach out to a lot of our Asian communities.
You know, it's funny. That's the reason why I see Anna all the time, because her job is to engage. And you know how Asians are. We have so many different events.
Correct.
So what inspired you to enter the industry?
You know what? It's so funny how I got into this industry. I had a tennis mate who says, Anna, do you know how to speak Tagalog? I said, of course I know how to speak Tagalog. I was born in the Philippines. And she says, well, we're looking for an agent to grow Humana in the Asian community, specifically the Filipino community. And I said, great, well, you just have to pass the insurance test and the speaking Tagalog and all that. I was worried about that because I didn't pass it in banking, but I aced the test for the
you.
Tagalog. So
Uh-huh.
yes, if somebody needs to speak Tagalog and talk about insurance, I am licensed to do that and I can speak in Tagalog.
Well, I think that was a good move on your part. But wow, how funny, huh? I think sometimes you never know.
Correct.
You were just playing tennis.
Correct. We were playing tennis, but a lot of the people I was playing with were doctors, spouses of doctors, people who were in the who well. I say were in part because they played such a great role in the health insurance industry.
Yeah.
And it was just a great time to meet people. And so they said, hey, we need somebody who speaks Tagalog because normally we just have to give it out to a 1-800 number because we don't have anyone here in Las Vegas. And then things have changed since then.
Good move on their part for two reasons. First of all, here in Vegas, the Filipinos have the largest population of Asians of
Correct.
API. I mean, not even close, right? And then second, and I'm gonna brag a little bit for you. So Anna belongs she's a top sales agent category in Humana. She is named as Market Point President's Club, and from that she was given an award in recognition, which they only choose one person in Nevada every year. Is that correct?
Correct.
This is a big deal. Okay, this category is normally dominated by men. Truly a huge deal in the insurance industry. So tell me, obviously it's a great move. How does this make you feel? I mean, you're really, not only are you successful, but you're breaking barriers.
You know, I'm obviously very, very proud, humbled, and truly grateful. As you know, even in banking, male-dominated industry. And I always find myself in industries that are dominated by men. And so to me, representation is so important as a woman, as a Filipino American. And all of us Filipinos work so hard, right? We want to be seen. We want people to know we matter, our history and everything. So really, I said to myself, how could I set myself apart from everyone else, right? So number one, I said, let me go to every Asian and Filipino event. And since I started, I showed up in these events every single time.
See, there you go.
Again, representation matters. I'm like, I work with all of these agents. How am I different? Well, they don't know the Asian industry. So I got involved with them. And then honestly, being authentic to my clients. At the end of the day, I will walk away from business if I can't help you. And I'm very honest with my clients about that. And word of mouth is so powerful,
Oh, yeah.
especially in this town. If you're doing good, people will talk about it. And if you're doing bad, people will know about it. So
Yeah.
I said to myself, I would say no to some people and say, you know what? Your doctor's not with me. It might not be the right move to go to Humana.
Yeah.
Maybe you can go to somebody else. I'll give you their number. But if it's something that, and I never pressure people to sign up. I want to make sure they understand their benefits, what they're signing up for, because healthcare is so important.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just sign up and then they say, okay, what did you talk about? Oh, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? So there's so many people here who don't have who have access to healthcare, but they don't use it because they didn't know it was available to them. So again, it's much deeper than just signing up for a plan. It's so important that people understand what is available for them, so they're not just going to the doctor when something tragic has happened already. So.
Yeah, but that's amazing. It's funny how our careers are parallels. You know, first of all, we share the same philosophy. You know, we were both in banking.
Correct.
And got out of banking and did something different.
Yes.
Now, you are truly an expert in community engagement. Can you please tell us why you have decided to get involved in the community and how did it help you succeed?
You know, I like what you said earlier, that you have to show up in these events. And it is key. Consistency is so key. We see so many people who show up for one or two events and then they're gone. And I think to get the trust of the Asian community or anyone in particular, you can't be showing up one or twice and never show up again. So I think what's so important, consistency is key. When people see you all the time, just like what you said, the trust develops. And again, the community is so small. You need to do the right thing. You need to do what's good so you're trusted in the community. And once you're able to do that, referrals go in so fast.
It's true. That's what I used to preach when I was still with the chamber. I would always tell people that come to me, especially non-Asians, you cannot just show up once.
Correct.
You gotta keep on coming back, and you gotta be patient with that. I mean, even myself, for example, there was this one guy who was part of our board, and I became part of the board. Okay, we got to know each other. It took him a year before he actually gave me a lead. I was like, wow, okay. Finally, I gained his trust after
Right.
1 year. Yeah, so it takes a while sometimes.
Well, I'd love to share this. During the pandemic, the core of my business is being out in the community, serving the community, and helping the community. That's how I get my referrals.
Yeah.
So when we're told we can't leave, we just have to stay home, I'm like, how am I going to find that?
Yeah.
And you know what? That's how I got the first President's Club I got, because I was working from home and my phone was ringing like there was no tomorrow. Referrals from all the Filipino community and different Asian communities as
Yeah.
well. They have friends who are from California moving to Las
Same.
Vegas, and we did the enrollment. And so our corporate office with Humana would call. I received a call, and my boss was just like, we just want to know, where are you getting the clients and how are you getting
you're not
your
going out.
clients? And there's no events. And again, it boils down to that,
Yeah.
the trust that you've given the community and them referring you to their friends.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, the word of mouth is still more powerful.
It is
I mean, I
very-
know social media is there; it helps, but when you refer somebody, it's awesome.
Correct.
Half of your foot is already in.
Correct.
So-
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Okay, what differentiates you from your competitors? Yeah, you kind of answered this already, but go ahead.
Yes,
Tell me.
exactly. You know what? You see a lot of brokers around. You'll see more of them during open enrollment period.
Okay.
You'll see them in supermarkets, practically everywhere. And I say, you'll get calls from people over the phone. I'm very upfront and honest with my clients. I don't want anyone running after me and saying, Anna, you said this and it's not true. To me, authenticity is so important. It's being honest with people. If I can't do it, I'm not going to tell you I can do it. I'll be upfront and honest with you and say, this is something that I can't do. So that's key. I think that's really helped me a lot. Don't overpromise, like what you said. Being true to who you are and being honest. To me, when I look at this industry, yes, I'm in sales. I'm not selling a shoes or bags.
Yeah.
This is healthcare. This is so important. And this is not something where we just need somebody's signature and not explain in detail what they're signing up for. You need to understand the summary of benefits and, what they can do if there was an emergency. So that's key to me. I think I never force people to sign up for the plan. And truly, I got it from our banking days. In banking, it's so crucial to explain the portfolios to clients and all. And we had to explain everything in detail.
Yeah.
And so I just brought that with me, made it my own, and applied it to healthcare.
It's funny you say that because that's one of my secrets too. It's when I was in banking, I was a commercial lender, and I would just be really upfront with people, and I'll do everything I can before I can actually say, if it's a no, I'll tell them, okay, it's a no, but I promise you I did everything that I can.
Providing options.
Exactly, and then I'll
Correct.
try to find you help. Yeah.
Correct, because at the end of the day, like what you said earlier, this town talks.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're good, people will talk about you. You're bad, they'll talk about you. So it's so important, right?
Okay, this is a funny question, but where do you get your energy to attend all of these events?
I'm a people person. I mean, I was just telling somebody the other day, oh my goodness, my schedule for Saturday, I'm fully booked. I have 9 appointments. And
Oh my gosh.
some people would say, you're crazy. I thrive in a busy environment. I like being busy. But most importantly, when I see the smiles from my clients, and then I get invited to all their birthday celebrations, and I'm always like, they make me the guest of honor because they're so grateful
Yeah.
for the help I've given them. That just makes my heart truly happy. So I think at the end of the day, really seeing people and how you're able to impact their lives and make changes makes it all worth it.
Okay, that's a good answer.
No, seriously.
All right, your best advice on how to get involved with the community.
Best advice, don't just show up once or twice. I said that. Show up every single time. Have the sincerest of all intentions in wanting to help people. I always say, do not ask for anything unless you're able to help first. And once you're able to help people, everything, the ripple effect is big. Once they gain your trust, they'll be sending people your way as well. But again, I think you said this also earlier, more than sales, right? Let's make sure we're helping people. Let's do the right thing for people. And to me, again, that's the one thing that's really important to me. It's not about, I think gone are the days where people say, well, you have to do everything to make the sale. Actually, no. You have to be honest.
Yeah,
You have to
I
be
agree.
real. And when you do the right thing, things just fall in place.
Yeah, I agree with that, 100%. Okay, final word. Final word. Word. Jeez, I can't talk. Sorry. Tell our audience how to contact you.
So just a reminder to everyone, open enrollment period is October 15 to December 7. What that means is you're able to make changes in your plans. If you're happy with your plan, I would encourage you to still find out what are the changes for 2023. Go out and listen to other brokers or agents and make sure you're in the right plan. I am a career agent with Humana. We have new plans coming out for 2023, added benefits as well. Call me. I'm local. I'm here in Las Vegas. And if you enroll with me, I will be your agent. So you can reach me at 702-235-8539. It's so powerful also if you have an agent that's local. Can you
Yeah,
imagine
definitely.
calling somebody over the phone
God, I
and you
hate
don't
that. Yeah.
know what that state they're in?
Uh-huh.
But if you find a local agent, they can connect you with local doctors as well. And they're familiar with Las Vegas. So please, I'm happy to help. Give me a call.
There you go. Thank you so much. Thank you again for coming. That's our show for tonight. So unfortunately, it's only a 30-minute show, so we got to cut it. But thank
Very
you for
grateful.
coming. And there you go. Until next week. See ya.